book.
You look hurt.
I did send your book.
Thank you.
It's signed and everything. It'll arrive in Anaheim soon.
Right now, she'll never remember.
She wouldn't notice, and I didn't
She
either.
ever even had this conversation.
So we're broadcasting live here from FlipCon 16 Hallway Conversations with Crystal Kirch and Aaron and Jason, Matthew Moore. So do you have like questions about what's going on? We miss you so much.
I miss you guys too. I feel like life is a daze right now. If you can tell, I really got ready today for the hangout. I got a shower this morning, so life is good.
Once a week, whether you need it or not, that works for me.
It's all good. Yeah. What have I been missing out on? It sounds like things have been pretty cool.
The best part was Aaron's presentation that just totally didn't work.
What happened?
Yeah, I completely scrapped my presentation yesterday morning, and there's Brian on here, and built something from scratch, and then turned it into a Jeopardy game, and then my Jeopardy board didn't work, so Brian had to like manipulate it manually, and it was grand fun.
All right.
It was still a pretty fantastic session.
It was awesome.
Yeah, got the points across, and
That's all that matters.
Got to meet his mom repeatedly.
that was the no. We're talking to Crystal.
We're talking to Crystal Kirch.
Hi, Crystal. It's Dina.
Hi. Are you guys on break now? What time is it? Like 4:30?
Yeah, we're done.
It's
we're in
the reception.
Reception. There's like finger food and.
Oh, fun.
So.
Everyone's waiting out the temperature to drop so we can go outside again.
Some beer this evening, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So what's new with Crystal? Tell us about your book.
Well, you should all buy it.
You can plug your book here. This is recorded.
Who's watching this?
I don't.
The world.
Right now, nobody is, but it'll be recorded.
Nobody. Maybe somebody will watch it in archive, right?
Conversation in public.
Okay, sounds good. Well, my book talks about, all of my experiences from 3 years of flipping. A lot of practical things that people ask that they need to consider in terms of, preparing students and communicating with stakeholders and holding students accountable and all of that. And a lot of my WISC strategy that I developed, which is the watch, summarize, question, that a lot of teachers have taken and modified for their own use, which has been awesome.
I like the way you use the word modified instead of another word.
Instead of another. Modified is good. Well, I like to see how other teachers have taken it, especially teachers in other subject areas. I think that's what's super valuable, is because what I found, works for me and for my classroom. And I found that if someone tries to exactly replicate what another teacher does, it usually doesn't work out very well. But if you take ideas and best practices from a lot of different minds, then you're able to kind of figure out what's going to work best for your students, because that's really what we want.
You said you were writing about questions that you're always asked. What's the number one question people always ask you, like when you give a presentation or when they want to learn from you? There's got to be a question.
How do you make sure that kids watch the video?
Yeah.
Just had that conversation.
There's a paper up there with a question.
Yeah, that's the big one. And one thing that I don't think teachers are always happy to hear is, most of my students watch the video before class, but you kind of have to just get over the fact that you're always going to have kids that don't watch the video before they come to class. And so how are you going to handle that? Okay, my three-year-old is screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Grayson.
Grayson, come here. He's in quiet playtime right now, which is actually supposed to be quiet rest time.
It's called Mommy Maintains Her Sanity Time. I know that.
He's deciding that nap time is not working. My husband's home though, so he's gonna go take care of him. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Yay. What was I gonna say?
How do you get them to watch the videos?
Yeah, and I always tell teachers, it used to bug me when I first started flipping when the kids would come unprepared, and then it's like, really, is that really a battle worth fighting? Because there's so many other. Do you want to say hi to the world? Say hi.
Hey.
Okay, mommy is talking to some friends, so you need to go play with daddy. Okay? Okay.
Come on.
And just how are you going to handle that? Like, is it going to totally screw up your class time, or are you just going to find ways to make it work? And that's what I think all teachers have different solutions for. We have a little book club chat going on right now on Slack, and some teachers are sharing different ideas of how they deal with unprepared students. And it's interesting to just see how everyone makes a way to make it work. And if they don't, then they probably aren't flipping anymore because they get so frustrated by just that one thing that they give up on it.
You're in week 2 or week 3 of your book club. How's that going?
It's going well. We're in week 2. But the way that Slack works, all the channels, I have channels for a lot of different questions. So all of those are still open. So even the channels from week 1, people can still talk about. So I think I have there's 20 or 25 teachers that are in it, and probably 10 or 12 that are actively posting every couple days, which is neat. Probably about half math teachers, so other subject areas can jump on in. There's several English teachers that are in there as well. So it's been good to hear some ideas from other people, and I think some people that aren't super active on Twitter too, but this is a little bit more of a private place to share, and there's not the 140 character limit, so they can actually
and have an actual conversation.
So I have a related question for you there, Crystal, because I talked to you about the new setup on the Flip Learning network site and the syndication, and I'll bug you about that later. But we're also looking at how to use other tools besides just Twitter, like possibly Slack. I'm a big Slack user. What do you think could be something we could look at to offer more options for the Flip Learning community?
Besides Twitter and Slack?
Yeah. Or Twitter and the site right now, because we don't have an official Slack setup. I could do that.
Got it. I mean, I love Twitter and everything, but again, you're always limited by the 140 characters. And then when I'm working with teachers, a lot of them are very hesitant to want to jump on Twitter, just because it's totally jumping out into the world, and that may not be their first place that they want to jump into. So Slack has been really nice. I've been using it with my teachers, with my team of coaches, and then obviously now with this book club. Hi. Because it gets them, it just gets them able to start collaborating and sharing in an environment that is a little bit more, I guess, secure for the teachers that are concerned about totally jumping out there.
Excellent.
So going back to your book, in that Slack group, what do you want those teachers in that group to take away? What's the big takeaway that you want them to get from the book?
I think there's 2 things. Number 1 is just some more ideas. So thinking through what I've shared in the book, and also sharing some follow-up ideas. So it's not just my mind that is thinking through it. And then also hopefully making some connections with other teachers. So, there's already a couple, ELA teachers, and I asked some of the teachers who wrote the vignettes in the book. So Lindsay Stevenson and Tara Maynard and Lindsay Cole jumped in. They're on the Slack book club as well. And kind of trying to get connected and sharing some ideas with teachers of their subject areas. So I'm hoping that they leave with some virtual friends that can continue.
And a follow-up question, can you define the cheese bucket posse for us, please?
Cheese bucket posse.
I know you wrote about it in your book.
I think I put that in the little dedication. Cheese bucket is a phrase that has no definition, but I would call my students them sometimes, and they would just have to figure out if it was a positive or a negative. So, because it could be a positive or a negative depending on the context. But at FlipCon 12, which was my first FlipCon, I was only there virtually. I got connected on Twitter with Cheryl Morris, Andrew Thomason, and Carl Lindgren Stryker just from being in the virtual channel. And we started getting connected on Google Hangouts afterwards. And I called them cheese buckets one day, and they thought it was hilarious. And so we coined ourselves the Cheese Bucket Posse, and then other people have joined in as well.
Do you have buttons? Do you have buttons or T-shirts or anything? I mean,
We don't, but we totally should make them.
I think you need to open a store, Crystal.
Maybe when I get more than like 5 hours of sleep, I can start thinking about that.
Awesome.
So
That's good. I was just interested in the book club. It sounds great.
yeah, there's information because it's on Slack. You have to I have to invite email addresses. So if any of you guys are interested, even just jumping in and seeing what people are saying and providing insights when you feel like you have experience, on my blog is the little Google form to sign up, and I just have to put people's email addresses in individually. So yeah, jump on in and see what's out there.
And whether or not they want to join it, they can get your book at bit.ly/FWCurch, capital or small.
Yes. If you want to get it from my site, which means you can get a signed copy, which woo woo, right?
I got more.
You can go to bit.ly/capital F, capital W, and then Kirch with a capital K, and then book with a capital B, or you can just go to my blog and it's right there as well. So flippingwithkirch.blogspot.com, there'll be a little link, and that's where the short link takes you to. So check that out. I know Jason has some with him at FlipCon, but if not, hi Katie. Hop onto my website. And Grayson loves, I will just say, if you order from my website, that means it mails specifically from me, and Grayson loves walking to the big blue mailbox to mail them off. So you can make a 3-year-old happy by buying it.
Wow.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add or shout outs to people? I'll make sure I'll put a link there for you in the bottom in the text of the description of the post.
Yeah, awesome. Well, just tell everyone hi. I don't know everyone who's there. There's a lot of people who couldn't make it to Texas, but I wish I was there. I'm following on Twitter. It sounds like things are awesome, and I'm checking the hashtag to see what's being shared, and I can't wait to hopefully see you guys in person at some point at some conference. Since there's no FlipCon anymore, we'll have to make something up.
We will. Awesome. Well, thank you, Crystal, and we'll be in touch soon. And
All right. Thanks, guys. It was so great to see you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.